We are live.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Social Services Committee for February 4th. Before we get started, I just wanted to welcome Councillor Chambers, who's now joining the committee this morning. And Clerk, has the roll been taken?
Through the chair, the roll has been taken.
Perfect. Are there any declarations of conflict of interest for anything appearing on the agenda today? All right, seeing none, at this time I'll ask if there are any items that the committee wishes to have separated. Councillor Miller?
Item 6.2, Madam Chair.
Okay. All right, seeing no further separations, can I get a mover and seconder to place all of the items for consideration and consent on the floor? All right, Councillor McCurry and the seconder. Oh, Councillor Chambers, perfect. You called the vote.
The item subject to the vote, item 5.1, electronic document management services for Ontario Works, 5.2, transfer payment agreement homelessness reduction innovation fund, item 6.1, Association of Municipalities of Ontario homelessness report 1 year update, item 6.3, 2025 annual update on housing development, and item 6.4, the minutes from January 14th. All those in favor? Online, can you hear us? Oh, yeah. Carried, thank you.
All right, with that, we'll move right along to discussion around item 6.2 and go ahead, Councillor Miller, you wanted that separated.
Yep, thank you, Madam Chair. If you look at the numbers, you see that the amount of money the province has put in is skyrocketed recently. I guess that's a good thing. Demand's picked up, and they're trying to meet the demand. And while the program's growing, the province has tasked us with overseeing the administrative part of it. So we don't have a choice. We got to do that, which is fine. We know the area. We know it well. The problem is they're not paying us to do that job. So they've tasked us with doing that job, but they're not keeping up with it. Administrative costs, they used to pay 10%. I think they pay 5% now. So we see the burden of this growing program falling on our ratepayers, property taxpayers. And I'm not sure if that's the right way to go. And I'm thinking, Madam Chair, is we need to kind of put a little bit of maybe pressure on the government and see if we can't fix this. Because they've done this with other programs too, whether it's ambulance or whatnot. So I don't want to make an amendment because I would certainly second it, but I'm just wondering if the city would be willing to make a delegation, since they're the owners of social services. I just wondered if the city would be willing to make a delegation at AMO in August to discuss this matter. And perhaps the mayor might help us out here.
Sure, I'd be happy to facilitate that. I think probably it would be best if it's a joint delegation.
Do we need a motion to that effect?
I don't think it's required, but it would be helpful, I guess.
Okay. I like I say, I don't want to make that motion, but I'd gladly second it if someone from the city would want it to. Only because it would be the city making the delegation request.
Go ahead, Mr. Mayor.
So I would move that this committee make a recommendation to both councils that in preparing for the August AMO conference, consideration be given to a delegation regarding the issue set out in 6.2, which is the underfunding of the administrative cost of the Ontario Child Care and Early Years Program. Seeking a seconder.
All right, your seconder is Councillor Miller.
Yeah.
And discussion on this item. No. All right, we'll call the vote.
All those in favor? Carried, thank you.
All right, and any discussion as amended? Seeing none, we'll call the vote.
Item 6.2 as amended. All those in favor? And that's carried as well. Thank you.
All right, with that, there are no resolutions, no notices of motion. And so the meeting of the Social Services Committee is now adjourned. For those online, we'll be starting the Brant-Brantford Local Housing Corporation Board meeting of directors. All right, so we'll move right along to welcome you to the Brant and Brantford Local Housing Corporation Board of Directors for Wednesday, February 4th. And clerk, has the roll been taken?
Through the chair, the roll has been taken.
Perfect. Are there any declarations of conflict of interest for anything appearing on the agenda today? Seeing none. Are there any items that the committee would like separated? Mayor Davis?
5.1.
Councillor Miller?
Madam Chair, I don't have anything I want to separate, but I did want to ask a general question about the LHC and when it might be wrapped up.
Okay.
I don't know if this is our last meeting or we're going to have any more meetings.
So we'll do that under 5.1 as well.
Sure.
All right. So at this point, could I get a mover and seconder for everything not separated to be put on the floor? Councillor Miller, yeah, and a seconder. Councillor McCurry, thank you.
So we're going to take the vote on the minutes from September 3rd. All those in favor? Carried. Thank you.
All right, moving right along, we'll move to item 5.1 for discussion, and go ahead, Mayor Davis.
Thank you, Madam Chair. And through you, my question has to do with section 1.8 of the report, and that's the sale of units at Woodlawn Meadows portfolio. Back in 2017, a decision was made that the properties in that Woodlawn Meadows portfolio, 10 single-family homes, would be sold over time once the units became available or vacant, and the proceeds would be put into our housing reserve to be used to build new units in other locations. So I noticed in the first 3 years of that program, 2017, 18, 19, there were 9 units sold. And since 2019, so that's 7 years ago, only 3 units have been sold and only 2 in the last 4 or 5 years. So my question is the issue that it's proving difficult to sell these units, i.e. do we have vacant units that have been listed for some period of time, or is it just that there are no units that are currently or became vacant over the last 4 to 5 years?
Good morning, Mary Musson, Commissioner of Community Services and Social Development, through the chair to the mayor. Unfortunately, the difficulty we're experiencing right now is probably twofold. The first one is units are not becoming vacant. Right now, people are staying in affordable housing longer, so the properties are not becoming available to put on the market. And the second problem too is with the way the economy is right now, many people are struggling to purchase properties. But we do not have any vacant units on the market right now for the Woodlawn Meadows properties. So as soon as one does become vacant, we do list it for sale.
And do we have the same rule that we have in another location, that units cannot be assigned, leases cannot be assigned?
Through the chair, yes. So once the current owner on the lease is no longer residing there, it cannot be assigned to anyone else.
Okay, thank you.
Councillor Miller, go ahead.
Yeah, just a question. The LHC is going to be wrapped up. Do we have a date for that?
Through the chair, Lucas Barbosa from Legal Department. Yes, our effective date will be October 31st, 2025. That will appear on the next quarterly report. The LHC reports on quarterly basis, and so it wasn't captured in this current one because it runs to September. And the LHC will be dissolved effective October of 2025.
October 2025, but we're still meeting?
To the chair, we still report on quarterly basis. And so this report runs until the end of September 2025. And so we have one final report for the remainder of the 2025 calendar year. And the dissolution will be reported in that report.
Okay, and that will be March?
Yeah, it'll be the second quarter of 2026 this year.
Okay, thank you.
Councillor McCrory, go ahead, please.
Chair, thank you through your staff. The singles that we rent out currently, are they all market rents?
Through the chair, Adrian Tillichan, Manager of Housing Operations. Sorry, just close my laptop here for 2 seconds here. Bear with me here. For the Woodlawn, it is mixed for Woodlawn. So there are some that are market and some that aren't market rent.
Okay, we did have a program at one time to assist people to get into homes. Do we still offer that?
Through the chair, yes, we do have, it's the Affordable Home Ownership Program called B Homes. So any person or household who is interested in purchasing a home and meets the eligibility criteria, that they're more than welcome to apply to the program.
If we haven't already, might it be worth offering that program to some of our tenants?
Absolutely, yeah, we do promote it internally as well.
Okay, thank you very much.
Mayor Davis, go ahead.
Yeah, I forgot to ask one other question regarding Woodland Meadows portfolio. So how many units are left? We have a figure 15?
Through the chair, there's currently 16 units that are left.
Okay. And are they all singles? What's in the portfolio?
Through the chair, yes, that's correct.
So single family homes. Yeah, okay, good, thanks. Oh, generally, what do you consider the average value to be of those units?
Through the chair, it's really hard to say. The last few have sold for roughly $500,000 or less.
Okay, thanks.
All right, seeing no further speakers, we'll call the question on this item.
All those in favor, of item 5.1? Carried.
All right, there are no resolutions and no notices of motion. So the meeting of the Brantford Local Housing Corporation Board of Directors is now adjourned. We will now proceed to the Brantford Municipal Profit Housing Corporation Board of Directors meeting. Brant councillors may be excused if you wish. All right, and welcome to the Brantford Municipal Nonprofit Housing Corporation Board of Directors meeting for Wednesday, February 4th. Clerk, has the roll been taken?
Through the chair, the roll has been taken.
Are there any declarations of conflict of interest for anything appearing on this agenda? Nope, seeing none. Are there any items that the committee would like separated? So I would like to separate 5.1, please. No, that's not what I meant. The third quarter report, whichever one that was. Oh, sorry, 4.1. 4.2, the third quarter report. Thank you. All right. So now we'll call I need a mover and seconder to place anything not separated on the floor. Councillor McCrory and Councillor Carpenter. Perfect. Thank you.
The item subject to the vote 4.1, Brantford Municipal Nonprofit Housing Corporation 2026 operating and capital budget, and the minutes from September 3rd. All those in favor? Councillor Celeste and Carpenter, you Although, yep, okay, carried, thank you.
All right, perfect. And with that, we're going to discuss item 4.2 now. And with that, I'll just jump right into my question, seeing no other hands. So I just wanted to ask a question in regards to the Beckett building improvements and about the fact that it's talking about the windows not being able to be done at this time. And if I could also get an explanation as to what actually is being included in the entryway improvements.
Through the chair, Clayton Payne, Manager of Housing Development. The window scope was removed due to the cost of replacing all the windows on the building in the original scope. The original scope costed out a few years back, came to roughly $1.2 million to do all the windows. A lot of the issues is the windows are hard to reach with the way the building's shaped. So it would require cranes and other means to access them. The other issue being the cost of windows has exponentially gone up over the years. And the Beckett building also has some unusual commercial style windows that span the full height of it, which are quite expensive to repair in their form. So there's a lot of non-typical window conditions on the building that led to higher cost increase. The unit windows are reasonably within the pricing that we see out there, but there's a lot of unusual windows, especially because of the commercial space and amenity space of the building. As for the scope of the entrance and ramp repairs, the ramp is being essentially stripped down to its foundations. We're assessing the heat loop that's in the ramp to make sure it can be either reactivated, repaired, or what's involved with it. We don't know the condition of it, obviously. It's been quite a long time since it's been installed. So it would be a refurbishment of the ramp, the railings leading up to it, and the interlock that's along it. We'd likely try to avoid any type of interlock in the future as they heave and move over time. The rest of the remaining scope is the outer shell of the vestibule. So the doors, the glazing that's leaking around it, and bringing that up to current conditions. So it may involve replacement of the windows, replacement of the gaskets. It may involve a replacement of the front door to something that could be more AODA compliant.
And when do we see these repairs being able to begin taking place?
Through to the chair. The RFPs are being set up right now to go out. We will likely have to wait towards the end of this cold snap when we have more predictable temperatures in the closer to zero. Mostly because if we have to do any concrete work or any settling of new material, that we would need the temperatures warmer. And we frankly like to avoid having to decommission that entrance for the rest of the winter if that was the case.
Thank you. Seeing no other, oh, Councillor Carpenter, go ahead.
Yes, the rent arrears is up. What are we doing to rectify that?
Through the chair, we're just like working with our tenants to ensure that we're meeting like with the housing stability team and trying to work with, mitigating financial pressures, meeting with the LTB as well, to create repayment agreements and staying on top of like their annual review packages to ensure that we have no ghost arrears in the future. And so we're just working with the tenants ultimately to ensure that we reduce arrears and also being on top of it for future.
Does that include getting guaranteed transfers from their social assistance or long-term care funding to come directly to us?
Through the chair, sorry, can you repeat that question? I missed that first part there.
Does that include direct payments being made automatic?
No.
Through the chair, most of the households who have arrears especially at the Beckett, they're no longer on social assistance because they no longer qualify as they're over 65. And we cannot set up pay directs to other benefit incomes like CPP or old age security.
Okay, thank you.
All right, seeing no further speakers, we'll call the question on this item, please.
All those in favor, item 4.2? Carried, thank you.
At this time, there are no resolutions, there are no notices of motion, and so the Brantford Municipal Nonprofit Housing Corporation Board of Directors meeting for today is now adjourned. Thank you.